Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Topoco Lodge. Not only is it a great place to stay, it's also a great place to eat. The Topoco Tavern sits right on the rapids of the Chiowa River, and when fall gets here, it's getting here. Leaves going to turn, the fire pits they use light up. I'm telling you, you cannot beat the Topoco Tavern. Check it out at Topoco Lodge, and you can learn about all of it at topoco.com. Topoco Lodge. All right. VFL's Sterling, Daniel, Will, Brian. You can't do it. Take off the orange glasses. You're Florida coaches right now. What scares you? If you're looking at Tennessee on tape, if anything, what scares you if you're Dan Mullen and his crew? What are you game planning? What are you trying to exploit against Tennessee? What are you trying to prevent Tennessee from doing? Where are you in your preparation for the Vols this week?
Well, the honest answer right now is nothing scares me about Tennessee's offense right now, besides the fact that we have some potential playmakers at the receiver spot. But in terms of the running game, nothing scares me about that. And if I was going to attack,
well, you got a playmaker Chandler.
They can't block for him. So nothing scares me about that. I'll just rush 3, drop 8, and get all eyes on the quarterback and rally and make a tackle right now.
I'm rushing off the right side and saying how long can they hold that side. I'm going to make them go into a half session team if they're going to have to roll away from us on pressure there, and then I'm going to start blitzing from the other side. But right now I'm going to say your weak side is your right side and your center. My blitzes are inside blitzes, and they're coming from that right side on the outside, and I'm going to see how fast and how long it takes you. How long can you give your quarterback when I do that?
And I'm going to say that what scares me if I'm Florida is what is Jeremy Pruitt going to do to mask some of the things. What you've seen consistently and what he's done this year is saying, okay, I know we can't do this, but we're going to be really great at this. The reason we're seeing so many runs to the left is because they can't stop it right now. When those guys are running out, you're seeing, and another thing, how are we going to stop them from getting big plays? They've already got more plays over 50 yards this year than they had the entire last season.
Yep, 5 to 4.
So, and so if I'm looking at this team, Pruitt's going to put his guys in position to be successful. They're going to be consistent in what they're doing. How can we get them out of that rhythm?
Sterling, if you're Florida's coach, how do you attack Tennessee?
If I was Florida's coach, what I would do is get rid of my man-to-man schema, which they're not going to do, because Florida's too cocky. They're going to try to play man-to-man, and they're going to do it. When they start playing man-to-man, and we've got a third receiver that's activated.
See, there you go. You're going into Tennessee mode.
Let me cool down my English mountain water one time.
He's drinking his English mountain water. You went straight into Tennessee mode.
I mean, all I can be is me. That's what I'm saying. All I can be is me, baby.
What? I mean, seriously. Florida is not going to be sitting there quaking in their shoes right now. Now, on the other side, I don't know that this may be the first time in a long time Tennessee's not looking at Florida going, oh, God, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. I think Tennessee coaches are going to be looking at, all right, we have to do this and this, but neither team right now has a, oh, gosh, you better be wary of this. I don't think either team has something that scares you out of the coach's office.
I also think if I'm Florida on the offense, I'm going to say, have you been tested in the run game as a Tennessee defense yet? You played West Virginia, heavily passed him. Played UTEP, played ETSU. I don't know if your front seven on defense has been tested at a smash mouth run game. I'm going to see if our offensive line, what it can do against your defense, because last year you were not very good. Can I get that part of my game going? Because if I do, then you got a young secondary that's going to be on islands, and then I'm going to start looking at that. So I think for right now, that's going to be where they're going to come out and say, they're going to test the manhood of the front seven of the defense and say, are you last year's defense? And that's been hidden, or have you stepped up your game or not?
And I think also if you're Florida, the thing that you have to do is you've got to keep your quarterback from getting nervous back there, getting hit or anything else. I think it plays in. You know, I think they're going to focus more on what can we do well, and it has to start with the run game for them, and then getting some easy passes out there like we've done with Garantano in the first quarter.
Yeah, if this were a previous Florida team, previous meaning like 10 years ago, and before, if they had a Florida quarterback like we remember the old good Florida quarterbacks, you'd be looking at that young secondary for Tennessee and licking your chops. With Felipe Franks, I don't know that he's the strength of the Florida team, so I think you're right. You run at him first. Anything else you want to throw? Is there anything you can say, Sterling, that wouldn't turn it?
I can say if I was a Florida coach, I'd be worried about Neyland Stadium, 12 man.
Very good. All right. He can't help himself. He cannot help himself. Okay. Coming up next, we got quick slants on Philip Fulmer on attendance. We'll talk about Neyland Stadium next. Did you see the crowd yesterday? Well, most of you weren't there, so no, you didn't. We'll show you. First-year coaches, and I can't believe I'm asking this, is another 0-8 SEC season a real possibility? We'll ask the guys next. Come on back on the Sports Source.